Hello, 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 hello. It's Jared here from Crypto Plan. How's everyone going? I'm super duper 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 excited to be here with you and doing some chart analysis because, yeah, we're just sitting here waiting. We're watching this Bitcoin US dollar chart. We are watching it try and creep out of this green box, and I've got my pink line there and my target for when it will happen by. I don't know whether it's going to happen, but hey, wouldn't it be lovely if we all woke up tomorrow morning and Bitcoin has shot through that and the altcoins are pumping and everything's hunky dory, right? But that's not the case. That is not the case. It never happens the way we want it to because it's the markets and we're dealing with the rest of the world behaving the way they just behave, and they take their time, and when they rush in, they rush in like fools, and it goes crazy, right? So I just want to show y'all something that I'd been talking about in my past videos, about how I started accumulating XRP and how I FOMO'd into the first leg up a couple of whiles ago, and I'm just going to bring up something to show you. So over here, this is the Revolut app, and this is where I first started accumulating before I knew about having your own private keys and things like that. So you can see I FOMO'd in after that 60% run. I think I had some way back when over here. Like that was my first little gamble, thinking I'd catch the next Bitcoin before it was Bitcoin, not knowing that XRP was probably more like silver. So anyway, what I did is I bought at the top, and then it started going down and up and down and up. And I'm probably doing the same. The same thing happened to me for those of you that have bought after this last pump here in XRP or VET or whatever. You've had this volatility to go through. Now, just think of us people that bought at the top of this run here where I bought here. But the thing is, I didn't freak out and FOMO out of it and chase another coin. I was listening to videos like Moon Lambo and watching Blockchain Backer and just getting that confidence that this thing was going to happen and there was going to be this bull market. Little did I know that I'd have to pepper my way through like a machine gun all the way through this area, accumulating all through the lows of 22 cents and averaging about 25 cents, and waiting then probably another 30 or 40 days, buying a little bit more, and then it popped up and it was like, my goodness, it was so good, such a good feeling. But I just wanted to put that up there because that's what I talk about when I talk about accumulating through all prices, and I guess that dollar cost averaging. And if you do get sucked into this FOMO, it's not the end of the world right now because we are in a bull run. And let's say you did buy at the top over here, you could have averaged your way down to 49 cents. And then you've got it again at 49 cents today, so you could have accumulated and lowered your average cost so that when it does pump out, you've got a higher percentage gain rather than kind of sitting there with a bag that you bought at the top and freaking out and going, what should I do? And then maybe chasing a coin. And Blockchain Backer talks about this all the time, and it's like percentages matter. So if you chase something that's already pumped, you're losing percentages, right? So I'm going to shut that down and I'm going to go over and do what you all want to do, and that is talk about some cryptocurrencies. So this Revolut app has just released some new cryptocurrencies, not new cryptocurrencies, but new ones for sale on the app. And now I'd only recommend doing it on Revolut if you were just trading it, as in buying low now and selling high. If you want to actually take them off the thing, you can't. But it is just an easy way of doing it if you've got a spare 50 quid or something like that, and that's what I do. So today I had a spare 50 quid, and I was like, of these 3 new coins that are on the app, which one do I want to invest in? So I went in and had a look and saw which ones were on there, and I'm just going to roll down. I'm going to roll down there and see which ones they were. I know EOS was one of them. And that's the one I ended up investing in, but I'll tell you why. EOS was one of them, and they added OMG Network and Tezos as well. So let's just go down here and have a look at all these coins. So we've got EOS, and I guess I'll do the one I bought first, because the reason why I bought it was because it has the most potential upside, and it actually has a history from the last bull run. So there's some evidence there And I'm going to have to go over to this chart. And what we're looking at is where it is in relation to May of after the last bull run. So where is it retraced to? So you can see that the total market cap, or the total altcoin market cap, has retraced its way back to those May retracement levels after the peak of the bull run. And you can also see that Bitcoin has surpassed that. Ethereum is just below its Mays, so it's got a little bit to go. XRP has caught up to May, but it's now retraced a little bit, so it's kind of a buy. XLM at its May level it's still got a little bit to go, and going all the way down here to things like Dash, where there is a lot more to go. So if we look at May there in Dash, we've got quite a ways to go from the current price of 96. So from 96 to 474, there's a long way to go. And then to the all-time highs, there's a long way to go. So that's one I've already talked about that I've accumulated, and we'll do the maths on that. Litecoin, where's that at? So we've got May here. And if we draw a line, so 83 to 170, so there's nearly a 2x to the May retracement level. And EOS, the one I bought. So let's do a deep dive into EOS. And we're on the 2 weekly chart. We've got our volume profile on just to see where the resistance levels are. But essentially, we are having a look here at this June, July, May level. May. July, 2 weeks. May. So yeah, this one had retraced higher than the all-time high in the May. So let's kind of go about there and see where we are today. So we're at $2.80, a little bit less than 280 US dollars, and we're just going to put our measure tool on there and just see how many percentage points of gain we've got. So we've got 400%. So compared to all those other ones where there might have been 50% or 100%, like a 2x to its recent kind of May, or catching up with the altcoin market cap, this one has 400%. So I think it's a buy because of that fact, and it just hasn't pumped as much of the other coins. And the fact that it's sold on Coinbase and the fact that it's in the top 20 means that at some point people are going to catch up and realize that this coin has got more to move than the other coins, and it's definitely a buy. So we're looking at 400% at a minimum to the May retracement, or to catch up with the altcoin market cap. And then I guess we've got that next leg up, which is we'll get rid of that. Is if we do it again, we've got that potential to all-time highs of 735%. So we've got a 7x to all-time highs, but I guess what you really want to know is where it can go. So let's have a look at some conservative targets for this particular coin. So if we take our Fibonacci retracement, and let's not even go to all-time highs. Let's go here just to be conservative. And give ourselves a possible extension on the lower end of the range. So using candle bodies on this 2 week instead of wicks. So we have an opportunity there for it to go to 67. So if it was to go to 67, what is our measure tool there going to say to us? So we've got 23x. So that's still when you're talking about altcoins that have a history and they're sold on popular exchanges, so they're easy to get in and out of, that is a super duper opportunity there for EOS, that you can get a 23 times your money if it goes to that conservative end of the full extension of the Fibonacci, which is the general pattern of these cryptocurrencies, that they, in the bull markets, they generally extend out. Now, you could probably be, a lower estimate and say somewhere around the 55 as a peppered, if you're peppering your way out, you might go kind of start here, have that as one sell target, maybe somewhere in the between, and then 67. If you've got any of your bag left, you might sell that out. So EOS is a buy for me, not financial advice, but I bought it today, so I'm being transparent about that. So There we go. There I am. I was wondering why I was behind there. Anyway, so EOS is a buy. And let's look at the other coins and why I didn't buy the two particular coins, the other coins that were on Revolut for sale there. Just because, I mean, once again, this is a good thing. If these things are more available and people are using apps like Revolut and they can be rushing into these, it means that there's more available, more access to them and more potential that these particular coins are going to start to pump a little bit. So let's look at OMG network compared to the US dollar now. This particular chart on Kraken doesn't, on the 2 weekly chart, it doesn't give us any further back than October 19. So I guess maybe that's the trading data we've got, but maybe this particular coin hasn't been around in the last bull market. So there's no real way we can tell from a Fibonacci retracement where it's going. We can only kind of do our angle, angle and percentage method, right? So let's do our percentage method, and we'll go all the way to the peak there. So we've got a 1,921% move there. And so if we were to fully extend to that, which, that's a very kind of strong estimate, we could then go somewhere like this to the lowest point there. And where are we going to do? Drag that out to 1900-ish there. So we're looking for something like OMG to possibly reach out at least to 51. So if it's at that 32, 3.2 now, there's a potential there that it could reach out as far as that 51 now. If I was to buy something like OMG, I probably wouldn't be holding it until that 50 if that was the play. Unless it just shot all the way through it, then you can kind of hold on to it. But I would be kind of, once again, setting myself some targets below that to scale out of my position. So let's have a look at that now from today's prices. If we go to that line, we've got an 8x, and if we go up to here, we've got a 15x. So once again, based on that method of it kind of making the same move again that it has since March, that's a decent little opportunity. It's definitely more than a 10x potential. But yeah, like I said, I chose not to go in OMG because I didn't really know it, and I just thought I'm going to go one that had a little bit of history there. So the next one we've got is so we'll do that angle method just to have a look at that. Where are we? Over here on the line. So trend angle. So if we would do a trend angle on that, and we went up just to the candle body, and then we went candle body again from there. Once again, we're getting that target somewhere in that range, so about 37. So that's that method there, extending our percentage method, got us up to 51, and the angle method has got us up to 37. So I think somewhere around 35 would be your first sell target if you got there, and then if you got to 51 and you had 25% left of your bag, you'd probably sell out then. Unless, like I say, things change and the alt season goes completely ridiculous. But yeah, they're like I say, you got to have a plan to get out. So they're targets for OMG. So let's call that just somewhere in the middle, and we'll call that a 10 bagger. A 10 bagger to be safe, maybe 15 bagger if you're super duper lucky. Now, Tezos, and once again, there's no reason why you couldn't invest in that if you like the project, but for me, it just wasn't really a buy just because there wasn't enough data on the charts. Now, this one here, like once again, there's not much data at all. What are we sitting at? $2.20 a coin. We can do our percentage gain method again, and we'll go from the March. And so it's 206. So yeah, it's just not looking that promising for me. I'm not even gonna. Well, look, let's just do it anyway for the crack. What have we got? Percentage gain. The percentage gain method is is giving us that much. We could try and do a fib retracement on one of these wicks over here, maybe. It's kind of all over the shop. It's hard. This is a tricky one. It's one that could break out, but there's just no data there for me to even give a realistic price prediction. I think I have put a 24 up here just because maybe I did do the Fibonacci retracement on this particular wick here. All the way down there, something like that. Yeah, look, I mean, let's just say if from today, if you were lucky and you took a pure punt on that, yeah, you might get a 10 bagger. There's not enough data there for me to do any analysis on that coin. So there's 3 new coins that are undervalued. Well, 3 new coins that you can buy on an app like Revolut. One, I believe, is a strong buy. EOS, that's why I purchased it. Another one, Dash, that I've purchased recently, I believe is a strong buy still because, once again, if we do our Fibonacci retracement on it from the all-time highs, and let's go right out there and from wick to wick and just have a look at where we're heading there. And I think that the potential for this thing, if it does do what it does, and let's just put 3 targets for selling out. The full extension there. So for this particular project, Dash, I think I got it, I'm averaged in now about 95. So I'm sitting about cost basis even. I'm going to use a date range tool. So you've got a 4x to that, the lower end of the Fibonacci extension. You've got a 557x, no, sorry, not a 4x, a 40x, a 57x, and then a potentially 70x if it fully extends beyond. So this is an interesting one because, like, this is still presenting a really large opportunity if the market does what it does, which is FOMOing into everything once Bitcoin's moved a bit and everyone's like, I just want to get my hands on any cryptocurrency. So Dash is definitely something to be looking at if you're interested in the boring coins that no one's really talking about. Dash is definitely one of them. And Litecoin. Let's have a look at Litecoin. Now, Litecoin's probably got a little bit less fat in it. But once again, we can kind of do a full extension and see where we're at. And there we go. So we've got a couple of upper targets there. Let's get rid of the fib and we will have a look at doing this. So we've got some 15x to 17x potential. So Litecoin, not as exciting for me. Not as exciting at all for me. So that's kind of, we'll put that on the back burner if we really wanted to get something. If it's very late to pump, you might be kind of putting the last few dollars into those bags. But that's the kind of thing that this waterfall effect will happen. And if you've got a watch list of 10 to 20 coins, you can actually then see things pumping off, and rather than chasing them, go what hasn't pumped, and then maybe average into those coins until they pump, because usually it's within days and hours, and maximum 2 days between the first one going and the last one going. So you got to keep an eye on that. So and VeChain, we've done some heavy analysis on that, but I'm just gonna do it again because why not? I just think this is a super cool project, and I think that if we go back over here, this is where all my targets were. No, yeah, there they are. So we're looking at Fibonacci extension targets on this project of 19 cents and then up to the 3.5 cents if we were to probably have 2 alt seasons. So that's the very exciting thing about this VET project. And I heard someone talking about that today, that when the XRP was taking 108 days to play out and move up from the 22 cents up to the what was it, the nearly 70 cents at one point there. People were getting bored and going over to VeChain, because VeChain people were like, look at this, look at this, look at this. And that's because it's done this thing since March. It has done an astronomical amount of growth since March, which is super cool. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? There we are. So since March down here, it is gone. Well, only 100. Sorry, that's the wrong chart to be on. We need to be on the 3-day chart. So yeah, since March, where are we at? We have done, if you bought in there when everyone was fearful, there's 1,000% there. So if we can double that and then do an extension on top of that, you're talking about, once again, 40x's, 50x's on this particular coin. From down there, maybe from here, 30 to 35x if there was 2 alt seasons. So it's the sort of project that I'm extra bullish on because of what it's doing in the supply chain world, and the fact that there's solid partnerships and there's real use case. So there's probably one that I won't sell everything out unless there's the great opportunity to sell it out. But if I do sell it out, then I'm going to buy back in, because I believe in the project and I believe in kind of staking it or doing whatever it is to hold it for the long term, because that's the other element to these cryptos. The bull run is here. That's great. We can take some of the profits out, but there's also this idea is some of these things are actually going to be useful in modern society, which is like XRP, Stellar, VeChain. I mean, even Bitcoin as a digital gold. There's that recommendation to have a bit of Bitcoin in your portfolio. So these are the sort of things I'm thinking about. Always having this plan of like, if I'm going to sell everything out and go into dollars or euros, what do I want to buy back in when it retraces again, and hold for the next one, and just slowly accumulate and have as part of my actual long-term portfolio. Because at the moment, they're growth opportunities just to do things in the world. So that's pretty cool. I don't know, like, let me know in the comments whether any of you have real plans for your exit strategies, whether you're starting businesses or whether you're planning on going into buying gold or silver, or whether you're just planning on paying off your house or whatever you're doing, because it's always good to have that plan and have a purpose for your money. Just looking over here at Bitcoin again, it just wants to push out. I've just got that pink line there. It's only a couple of percent, and if you can see over here with this volume defined resistance, like, so 19,199, it's above that, and it just doesn't have much. It's just got this 19,340. Once it breaks through that, I believe it's going to go, and then that waterfall effect's going to happen. You can already see some of the alts kind of making little runs. VeChain, not so much. BAT's made a little run. ZIL, that's super bullish, it's made a little run. This Theta coin, has anyone here heard about the Theta token? It's kind of to do with streaming. That's made a little run. And definitely for those of you, I don't know if anyone's invested in the blockchain miners, the Bitcoin miners. Riot and Mara had a really good day. Even though Bitcoin's kind of been going sideways, there's positive signs there. And then Argo blockchain had a really solid day in the markets. And then you've got MicroStrategy that kind of pulled back a bit, which is interesting because they've announced they're going to buy more Bitcoin, but I think because they're fundraising to do it, so it's going to dilute the shares. So there's a bit of kind of uncertainty there. And then there's this FRMO, which is kind of like a hedge fundy thing that owns some cryptocurrency. So they had an okay day in the markets, but I just feel like this is going to be a big week. I feel like this is going to be a big week in the markets. I feel like Bitcoin's going to make its move. I feel like Ethereum's going to make its move. It's just so correlated to it. It just kind of seems to follow Bitcoin. And then, naturally you got XRP and Stellar that are going to waterfall on it, on the back of it. But you can see there, the total market, excluding Bitcoin's on the move a little bit more than the Oh no, sorry, the total market's on the move a little bit more than the total altcoin market. So that's definitely means that Bitcoin is slightly extra bullish. So it's going to be a big week, people. It's going to be a big week. Anyway, I hope I hope for any of you that were at the start or anyone that watches this again in the future, I'll just recap. Today I bought some EOS, today I bought some EOS and I bought a little bit more, just some spare change. I use an app called Revolut for my kind of day-to-day banking. They offer the ability to buy some cryptocurrencies. You can't take them off the wallet, but if you want to exchange and buy now and sell later, it's a good way to put your fiat currency that is going to go down in any other bank account or get no interest to maybe make a bit of interest on it. So I bought some EOS. The chart analysis on that shows that EOS has some potential there. Towards the 2023X mark if it extends from its last all-time high from where it is today. So it's one of the better opportunities I've seen besides Dash. Dash is definitely a pretty cool opportunity as well. So these are the kind of coins that are boring and old, and they were probably super exciting 4 years ago, but so many other projects have come along now. So it's worth having a look into them. And if you've got TradingView, they give you a really good overview of the projects by going over to this page here. Tells you whether it's a sell or a buy. So what's that? Dash is a buy. And it just says, that it's one of the top 30 currencies of global market is seen trading above 100. And I think this is a cool one because there's not a lot of the coins out there. So there's kind of a supply thing that's going on. It's a bit like the Bitcoin where there's not a lot of them. The other thing we were going to look at is EOS. So what's EOS doing? EOS is a Rafe DeFi platform. So it's built within Polkadot ecosystem, aims to solve the pain points facing Ethereum. So it's kind of challenging that DeFi space. So EOS is out there, it's doing its thing. It's got some people interested in it. So it's worth a punt anyway. And that's kind of what the video is about. So we've got 10 to 25 baggers, and the Dash was a kind of up to a 40 bagger if you could get onto it soon enough. I think that's just about it, people. I'm going to wrap it up there. And if you did get any value out of this, please like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm learning this chart analysis, as you can see. I am getting better at it, and I'm loving the idea of seeing these targets and watching them play out. But yeah, definitely on the journey with you and making the moves and hopefully enjoying the rewards of all of our investments, and excited to hear the euphoria in the coming weeks, days and months. So anyway, that's all for me now. I'm going to sign out and bye-bye. I've been Jared from Crypto Plan, and stay profitable and make sure you have a plan.